Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I first wanted to just apologise for the last few videos that I've uploaded that they haven't been voice-overed. I know that everyone prefers me to do my voice-over videos, but I've just been so busy. I just hadn't had a chance to do it, but I did want to keep uploading regularly, so I just uploaded them anyway. But hopefully I'm back into doing my voiceovers. So this set that I've got today is an Infill. These nails had been on for 3 weeks. So I'm just going in with my flame drill bit and removing all of the old gel polish off these nails. This gel polish was a colour changing one, so it was blue and then it changed to like a clear glitter when the nails were warm. So I'm just making sure to get all of the old gel polish off. There was absolutely no lifting on these nails. These are actually an acrylic overlay rather than an extension. What I've done is I'd sculpted these nails to begin with, and then my client has just let her natural nails underneath grow to the point where they're just an overlay on her natural nail now. So here I'm just using my NSI 100 grit file and just reshaping the nails, taking down a tiny bit of length because she likes them quite long, and then I'm using my 180, is this a 180 or 150? Yeah, that's my 180 grit, just to buff over the surface of the nail and to etch out that grow outline, and to just lightly etch over the natural nail to give the acrylic something to stick onto. You don't want to use anything more than a 180 on the natural nail, so that's why I switched from my 100 grit file to my 180 grit to use on the natural nail, because the 180 is fine for shaping the acrylic, but I would never use a 100 grit on the natural nail. So once I've done that, I've pushed back all of the cuticle with my cuticle pusher, and then I'm using my cuticle cleaning drill bit to just remove all the dead skin off the nail plate, because you don't want to leave any dead skin on the nail where you're going to be putting the acrylic, because the acrylic just will not stick to it and you'll get lifting. 100% of the time you'll get lifting. So you just want to go really gently with the cuticle cleaning drill bit on a really low speed over the natural nail to get all of the dead skin up. You don't want to press too firmly with this. So here I'm using my CJP dehydrator just on the grow out, because there's no need to put it on where the acrylic already is. So I'm just using that on the natural nail, and then I'm using the acid bond primer, also by CJP, over the natural nail as well. So on the pinky, the middle finger and the thumb, I'm using CJP marshmallow acrylic powder, just over the whole of the nail surface. As I have, on this video I've got marshmallow on my nails as well, and my client had seen them and she said, oh, I want that colour on mine, so went in with this acrylic powder rather than a gel polish. So I'm just starting off at the cuticle area, getting that nice and neat, and then dragging it up the nail. And then obviously I will need to put some acrylic at the tip end as well, even though this is an infill, just because with it being the coloured acrylic, I do want to cover the whole nail. But I'm still keeping it nice and thin so that the nails don't appear too bulky. but making sure at the same time that I've got a nice coverage. And then you don't need to, with the CJP powders, you don't need to cap them, but I don't know if it's out of habit or if I'm just worried that I'm going to file off the colour, but I still do like to cap. So on this ring finger here, I'm just infilling as normal with clear acrylic powder. It's CJP crystal glass. And then I'm going to be doing sort of like a colour blocking pattern on the tip of this nail. I know that the YouTuber, is it Tiny's Nail Art or something like that? I know that she did a set of nails like this a couple of weeks ago. We didn't get the idea from her, but she did give me the idea of how to do it, because my client showed me a picture of the nails that she wanted, but it was because I'd watched Tiny's video that I knew how to do it. So thank you to her for uploading that video. So what I'm doing is I'm using marshmallow and I'm doing a diagonal up one tip of the nail, and then I'm going to be cutting a little bit out from the very tip of the nail, and then using a glitter acrylic from Smiley's 6062 and cutting up the other side of the tip. You'll see, it's hard to explain, but you'll see. So I'm just using some craft wire here just to get my lines perfect. It was a bit fiddly. Oh, these nails honestly were so fiddly, but they were so worth it at the end. I'm just going to have a look and see if I can see what colour or what the name of the glitter is that I used. It was Champagne Rose Gold from Smiley 6062. So here I'm just applying that glitter on the other side of the tip, doing a diagonal line down as well so it comes to a point. They were so faffy, but they were absolutely beautiful when they were done, once I'd done all my filing and everything. So then I'm just going in again with marshmallow on this middle finger here. I'm just covering the whole nail with that and then capping with clear. So I've really been enjoying using CJP. I've been using them Master Monomer and their crystal glass clear powder. I've also been using their dehydrator and their primer. And I've really been enjoying using it. It's really easy to work with. It doesn't run away from you. It's a drier system as well, so you don't have to use quite as much acrylic liquid, and I have found that I've not been going through as much of my acrylic liquid as what I normally would. So here on this pointer finger I'm just doing a clear coating of acrylic powder, and then I stupidly dunched this nail with my other finger while I was working on the pointer finger, so I'm just going in and fixing that quickly. And then I'm going to be using the Champagne Rose Gold glitter from Smiley's, and just covering the whole nail with that, and then capping with clear acrylic. Somebody commented on my video a couple of weeks ago saying that it's amazing how well I can work with glitters and not make the nail too bulky. And my advice for that would be, you literally need to put the thinnest layer of glitter that you can get away with, at the same time making sure that you're covering the whole nail. So as long as you keep your glitter so thin, and then cap with clear, because if you keep your glitter thin, when you cap it with the clear, that's when you build your structure, so that's when you can make it as thin or as thick as you want your nail to look. So when I do it, I put my glitter so thin and then build my apex with the clear, because you're not using your glitter as a strength at all, that it's just like to look pretty. You use your clear when you're capping it, not only to make sure that you don't file away the glitter, but also to build your strength. So if you keep your glitter thin and then build your strength and your shape with the clear. So here I'm just filing over the design that I've done to make sure that it's nice and flush, no, not like looking bulky or anything. And then I'm going in with this gold striping tape and just defining those lines that I've made. And my goodness, this was so fiddly. Like, it took us at least 3 attempts. This was obviously the last attempt, but it just was so fiddly. Especially since I've got nails on as well. I think if I didn't have my nails on, I would have been able to grab the striping tape a bit easier, but we got there in the end and it was all worth it. So I'm just making sure that that's sticking down, because I found that there was quite a lot of dust on my workspace, and the striping tape wasn't sticking, because I think it was picking up the dust. So I made sure, like, I got rid of all the dust that was on my workstation, and then went in again with the striping tape, and it seemed to stick better. So a little tip, if your striping tape's not sticking, it might be because there's dust. So I've just stuck that down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap it all with clear acrylic, and this is what I got off Tiny's video, was to cap it all, even the striping tape, because what I would normally do is I would cap it and then I would put the striping tape on the top. But I think it's a really good idea to cap the striping tape as well, because that way it's going to stay, it's not going to come off. So I did that anyway, and then once I was happy with how that was capped, I clipped the edges of the striping tape, because I'd left them a little bit longer just so that it would stay in place. So I'm just clipping the edges there and making sure that they're stuck down nicely where I want them. So I've gone in with all of my filing work, and I'm just applying my No Wipe top coat by Madam Glam. This is my favourite top coat at the minute, and you can just see how sparkly and glittery that glitter becomes. Oh, honestly, you know that this is my favourite part, but I just love it. So I'm just applying this to all the nails and then curing in my LED lamp for 30 seconds, and then that is the finished design. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you loved this video, I would just love it if you would subscribe to me so that you can see all my videos coming up. So I'll see you all in my next video, guys. Thank you. Bye.